Alrighty traders, market update time. Let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's have a quick look at the market, see what's going on around today. Firstly, let's start off with the S&P 500. So straight away we can see that the S&P 500 is still in a downward sort of sloping momentum through here. Let me take you off the screen. Now we can see through here, guys, we're still in a very sort of downward momentum. We're getting a little up bar through here. The big keys that I'm watching for tomorrow and over the next couple of days is this. What actually happens from here? Because if we start to get something like this, where we start to break this low through here, if we break this low through there, and we start to get, if we get something like this tomorrow, then that could actually start to spell more downside to come out of the S&P 500, right? So more downside to come through that there, as you can see. So that's one thing I'm definitely watching for to see what's going on, what's happening there tomorrow and over the next couple of days, what's happening from that point through there. And the reason why is because we're still in an overall what? High, lower high, and now another lower high. So we're still in an overall lower high situation here. So we still are in a downward trend, and I don't want to be fighting that. So it's important to just not fight that from that there. Now, if indeed we do start to continue up and we break up and we start to break above here and we start to see something like that, then the trend is telling us that the trend is now coming to an end, and we're probably likely to see a very nice move to the upside out of the S&P 500. So that's something that I'm definitely watching through. Is this another lower high? Because if it is and we start to break those lows through there, we're probably going to see some more movement on the downside. Moving on now through to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq rejection right at the resistance level, right there. And now we reject it off, and now we're just going sideways through here. The Nasdaq is so bullish though. The Nasdaq is so strong though. It's like we're actually nowhere near as weak as the other markets, right? We have a high, lower high, and now another lower high. We're squeezing up through here. So the big thing for me is what I'm watching for is what comes next out of this level through here, right? If we start to do something like this and then we start to break out, we could be getting ready for Santa Claus rally, right? Santa Claus rally. Are we going to see the Santa Claus rally? Maybe. I know it's really, really weird. We're not seeing that right now in the other markets through there. Let's go look at the Dow Jones from here, and the Dow Jones once again. Traders, look at here. Look at the Dow Jones. We still could be making what? This still could be some sort of a lower high here. We are in a downward trend, and this is always the hardest part about trading, because when we're down and when we're going through these pullbacks, you're like, oh, should I be long? Or should we get in? I want to go long, right? And then the market dumps on you. And then right now, you're thinking the same thing, right? Oh my goodness, I want to go long, I want to get in, right? And you're going through that process again. So one thing that's important to understand is that, and important to know is that we want to make sure that we are going with the markets, okay? Because we never know when the exact bottom is going to be, right? Is it going to be here? Is it not going to be here? You know, and so on and so forth. So we never know exactly when the bottom's going to be, but if we continue to trade with these high, lower high, and then also another lower high here, we're trading with the overall trend, right? So trade with the trend. Right now, this is just the pullback. If it does morph into something else, like if we do start to see something like this breaking up through there, well then guess what? We know what it is then, right? We know then that this is a bit of a false breakout to the downside, and then we're probably likely to see something like that coming out of the markets. Make sense? Let's go look at the mining sector. Mining sector is looking really strong here, right? Let me take you off the screen. Don't need through there. Mining sector is looking really, really, really strong through here. Strong down, right? Very, very, very strong down, and a very strong move to the upside. But we're not out of the woodworks yet, but we're getting very close though, right? The out of the woodworks would be above this high here, all right? Because what we got this here. We got down, and we got over across. We got down, and now we're getting this point through here. Right, so see the angle through there, right? So the angle means like, look how slow this is, right? And then we had this strong buying period through there. So if we are looking at that and we're seeing this, we could be getting ready for something like that out of the markets. And if we do, guys, then there is now a trend change in the markets from here, right? From the GDXJ. Look at the GDXJ as well, and the same thing from the GDXJ perspective. We're right at this level of resistance. This is a bit of a do or die territory once again. So if we do start to break above the sort of the line in the sand, is obviously this high through here, right? So we want to see that the GDXJ possibly start to get back above that level from there. And if we start to get back above here, guys, that's going to be that's going to be the end of this downward trend, because we've had a really big, strong downward trend, as you can see, from this entire time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and now we're getting another up move, right? So we're not, as you can see, right, we're not out of the woodworks yet. This could just be a bit of a rally before we see something like this again, before people start to get really excited. My thinking, and this is my thinking here, which means a little bit of a peanut, and that's what it's worth, is that we're probably we may get more downside, only because I'm seeing so many people still bullish the metals and miners, right? So I'm seeing that, so I'm like, maybe we're going to get another downside, because we're still seeing so many people that are bullish these metals and miners right now. So again, but right now the trend is down, so we can't be going long, because every time you want to try to go long, look at here, every time you try to go long when the market was trying to have these rallies through here, which were pullbacks, guess what? You end up getting sold into. So just make sure you wait for that trend change in the markets. SIL in the place, and the same thing for SIL as well too, right? Look at this here, resistance. We rallied down by coming right back up to this level. Is this just going to be one of these, and then we break down and then we continue down from there? Is that what it's going to be? And then also SILJ from there, right? Let's go look at the silver market. Silver market, once again, traders, is at that level of resistance, but we're still making these lower highs, aren't we? Look at that. Look at that through there. Right. This still could just be what? Look at this here. Down. Lower high. This could just be another lower high with silver. So silver right now, guys, is in the mix of potentially just creating another lower high before we actually see another strong movement on the downside. Let's go look at gold from here. And gold is the one that, guys, is really interesting that I'm watching for right now. So gold right now, big massive V bottom through here. What happens next is what is coming. What happens next is what's going to come next, right? Yeah, that makes sense, John. So what I mean by that is this, right? Is that if we start to pause here for a bit and then we start to break up above these levels up above here, that's gonna confirm now a bit of a change in trend, right? Because we've been going down, up, lower high, same high, maybe slight lower high, up, down, high, low, and then away we go, right? I'm not saying we're definitely going to get this, by the way, traders. I'm not saying we're definitely going to get that, but that's one thing that I'm definitely watching out for. So hope this helps you out today, traders. Traders, if you do need some help, then there's a free trading course in the link in the description. You can get access to that. Or if you want to get more personal private coaching from me for the next 12 months plus, that's every single week, private coaching. That's second link in the description. Click on that and you can go fill out the application form. Book a time for us to call, for us to speak, and fill out the application. And I look forward to speaking to you real soon.